Welcome to 5 in 5 from the one-stop co-op shop, where I discuss 5 key elements of a game in about 5 minutes. I'm Michael Kelly, and today we're looking at Star Realms Frontiers, specifically the solo and co-op play. Quick disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this game. I certainly enjoyed my recent plays of the Hero Realms campaign, but is one-off play in Star Realms as exciting? Let's find out and get to the list. I'm going to start with a pro right off the bat, and that's how good the value is in this purchase. In just this little box for $20 or so, you get a ton. It has everything you need for 2 to 4 player competitive play, and also 10 different challenges for solo and co-op play. There's just so much bang for the buck here, it's kind of hard not to recommend. I have another pro at number 4, kind of following up on the value point, and that's how nice the variety is in the different challenges you can face in solo and co-op play. Like I already mentioned, there are 10 different bosses in here, and they really give you a lot of choice in terms of how you want to play the game. Some of them have entire hands and priorities on how they play their cards, whereas other ones are as simple as flipping a card from the deck and taking a certain amount of damage. So if you really want to make the game feel more like a regular competitive play against an opponent, you have the flexibility to do that, and I think that's really nice. And we have a third pro in a row because I really like the way this game handles cooperative play. For all but one of the challenges, 9 out of 10, you play in what's called Hydra mode, where all the players share one authority pool, basically your life, and they all can freely exchange combat and resources during play, and they play simultaneously, which is one of my favorite ways for co-op to go. This encourages cooperative players to talk to each other more. If you have a bad draw and don't get quite enough trade to buy that big card you wanted, someone else can help you out. So it really keeps co-op play quick, dynamic, and fun. But we're switching to a full-on con for number 2, the biggest complaint I have in the game, and that's how swingy it can be and also how the pacing can feel a little off. With a few exceptions, the strength and power of the boss's turn is often determined by a blind card draw, and if they get a ton of really powerful cards, you'll be crushed with almost no chance. If they get a bunch of really weak cards, you'll have a really easy time winning. But beyond that, the majority of my plays just felt a little more rushed than I would like, especially for a deck builder where I never really got to get my combos coming together very well. Now that might be great for you if you want a solo or co-op play to be done in like 10 minutes, but if you want something meatier and really want your engine to get building, only a few of the bosses are going to provide that for you. And I'm going to end on a mix for my number 1, which is focused on the core gameplay of Star Realms, the basic deck building and playing of your cards. Like I already said in my Hero Realms review, I really like the core mechanic of colors comboing with each other, encouraging you to try to get a lot of the same color, and I like how there's options to color your deck. I think the deck building works really well here. The only reason this falls to a mix for me compared to Hero Realms, where the exact same point was a pro, is that you don't have the character abilities that give you other things to spend your resources on, so you're pretty much just going to buy the obvious 1 or 2 cards each round, so the choices don't feel as interesting as in Hero Realms campaign play. It's still fun to deck build, but not as exciting. Overall, even with the existence of some negatives at the end, I can fully recommend Star Realms Frontiers. It's just such a good deal, you get so much gameplay out of it. I really like how they did the cooperative play, so if you're a deck building fan, even if you're going to only play this solo, I can say you will definitely get your money's worth. That being said, it's certainly less fine-tuned of a cooperative deck-building experience than Aeon's End or Battle for Greyport or even Hero Realms with the campaign play, but all of those cost 2 or 3 or 4 times as much as this, so I still think it has its place, but it's not going to be my top deck builder of all time. It's just a lot of good fun. If you want to see the game in action, check out my playthrough, which is less than 20 minutes and has 2 different bosses in it, so clearly, like I said, the game is quick. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.